He finds it, but penalty zone locks him down. A good heavy spin to disengages. Boy, again, the executes one, but he misses another. Now it's an outplay. Luke has been normalized. Yesterday's play was nothing but a... Oh, in any circumstance, you do not want that. And then they'll go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right, Wolf. It's a bit too...
And be able to come back from this 1-0, force yet another series.
Well, 2 sprints on Geek. Probably trying to outmaneuver and match up to the bit of that Raphael movement speed boost.
And now it comes down to the same problems for both these two teams, and we'll see if ONIC, they can win the neutral objective battle again, or will Geek Fam actually win it out with those small micro adjustments in that Claude in the gold lane. Rashi emblems by Dunia Games. Even in that gold lane, it's never a weak side when you have a Raphaela.
You know, on the side of Geek Fam, you see that they have a lot more emphasis on the Fedrin, but now that's level 4. Maybe he can go for the heavy spin play before the before the turtle is actually contested.
That's going to be the main factor here because both of these junglers are at level 4. So we'll see the setup difference coming in from both of these teams. There you go.
Some good damage. The assassination from Niall, but the Brazer's Wrath connects as well. There's a 1-for-1. Luke diving deep into enemy territory. Kyrie now with the help of the penalty zone from Boots. And 1v1, it's still him who wins it out, even despite a heavy spin. And now Beloy is caught, forced to flicker out. Luke gets a proper knockout strike to disengage the rest of his team.
Like, Kyrie's winning it all out.
Niall, though, already invading here with the help of Luke. As the retry, he finds it, but penalty zone locks him down. A good heavy spin to disengages. Luke is able to dash away. Boots now there to capitalize on a good taunt knockup from Kyrie as ONIC takes the lead again in the stat line. Another good stun to stop a boy from clearing this wave and to get Kyrie some good space.
Falling behind like this, I'm quite concerned as well because no one's going to be diving in the back line unless Marky.
Oh, he saved the heavy crossbow all the way to the end. It might be an outplay. One more hit, a fadeaway. Keyboy again, the executor, the assassin, but on a healer.
The X Factor Keyboy. MVP all throughout.
This time Niall has a good spot, but penalty zone gets popped in, and again the combo prevents Geek from even stepping in the vicinity. Kyrie with a taunt, Beloyski with his health bar just drained out.
This is looking like a very dangerous situation, man. And of course, Luke, the main flanker for Geek Fam, is already 1 kill down. He needs to try and make a play maybe, and that's what he's doing in the bot side.
Geek Fam have to pull an Arashi. Whoa. You heard his voice. It's a bit scrappy. Geek Fam needs to look for a proper scrap here against ONIC. They need to make it weird like this. I'm offended, but no, of course it's not. CW, unkillable, just jumps out like it's nothing.
It's a similar story to what we saw in game number 1. That's the exact thing that they want to look for, yet ONIC always deny that opportunity from happening. Whether it be from Keyboy's healing, whether it be from the FOTO item or photo, as you call it. Every time Geek Fam wants to look for opportunities to make things
Oasis, and that's the only thing he has, but now he's getting jumped on.
Baptism connecting and finally, no way, again! Kyrie with a taunt now, Keyboy with a bait, it's a big heavy spin from Niall, but it's a Mystic Gush even bigger. Kyrie now into the front, it's a flicker forward from Keyboy. Niall gets slowed and now taken out as a 3-man baptism. A boy versus 2. That's the passive from Keyboy, getting a bit more damage. A boy needs to look for an outplay here. That's a splash again, but CW will be able to just pick up a double. When you look for a scrappy team fight, ONIC says we can win it anyways. Luke, 2 dashes. What he needs, he jumps, he gets one, but he misses another. Now it's an outplay. Luke has been normalized. Yesterday's play was nothing but a fluke in the face of ONIC.
They just made him look like an amateur, like a ranked game player. They dodge everything, they bait him out. CW know that he has a heavy crossbow available, dodges out of it, and Luke was just caught out there, high and dry, nothing to do. And once again, the denial.
Denial?
Denial, get it?
I love it. 10 out of 10, Arashi.
10 out of 10, Arashi.
We appreciate you.
10 out of 10 retries as well from Kyrie so far. That one right there went to Niall. That was Niall still having that retry, but what the heck is going on? It almost seems like ONIC have regained their Season 11 form. They are untouchable.
Does Geek Fam want to go for a different approach maybe this time around? Sure, they've been looking for pickoffs, but for the amount of times that they failed, they went on the same person. They went onto Keyboy. And over, time and time again, he has been able to outplay the situation. Is there a way for them to go for a different approach?
I think the only real play that stands out is maybe some macro heavy splitting done by Luke, because if he doesn't go in, they can't really make him commit. But look at his play!
The turrets mean nothing, not to ONIC. Niall with a two-man heavy spin, but what is a heavy spin to no follow-up? I'm offended, bringing boots back under the turret right now as the Appraiser's Wrath doesn't connect. The boy misses the baptism and now gets gunned down, but Marquet with a blazing duet, it's healed again! The Mystic Gush, everything you throw at ONIC, ONIC throws at you again, 2 times.
The trade, and ONIC, they're taking down the structures, and the structures are falling like flies. ONIC have completely taken this entire game of Mobile Legends, rewritten the code, and there doesn't look like anyone is here to stop them.
I don't think team fighting Scrim have, but they're just outmaneuvered.
Now's the setup. We're gonna see the Lord dance here coming in from both of his teams, with Kyrie at level 12, Niall at level 11. Either or, ONIC has way bigger of an advantage in this particular skirmish. Niall, I don't think he's able to force this out, but I like what GeekFam is doing. They understand this, and they're looking for a trade, a macro play, something that they can put in their pocket, which is that push in the top side.
Something is definitely better than nothing. But with the Lord coming up here, ONIC can still equalize in the lost turret department, and they can even go for a bit more with a penalty zone, with tools to just crowd control, with Boots maybe walking into a trap.
I'm offended, connecting onto Boots. If he survives this, that will not happen. But if he survives, that would be cool, right? I mean, ONIC have survived every single skirmish. But unfortunately, in the mid lane, Kyrie will just pick up a free tier 2. In the mid lane, they're pushing in the bottom, so even though they got a kill, the setup is still for ONIC.
It looks bad. It looks bleak for GeekFam right now, but does this not look like they're setting up for a backdoor or a split push strategy for Marquee to go in?
That's the only thing they can do. But for ONIC, they have multiple frontliners, so they can send someone to try and stop the push, or they can just go for a fight and make it a bit of a base race. With the Lord coming in, I don't think Luke can really match up to the pushing speed, but they will send Boots back, so the penalty zone deterrent is now no longer in the picture. This could be an opportunity for GeekFam, unless...
Beloy's Conceal just got cancelled earlier. Holy Baptism baiting out the heavy spin. Beloyski, oh, that's an I'm offended only onto the cannon minion, and it actually procs the sentry, the turret there. And now it's the turret in the mid lane, tier 2, just taken out without minions.
That's the first Lord as well, and Luke tries to replicate the same kind of success, but it's gonna cost him.
He survives for a bit, but not for long. The heavy crossbow does that much damage through the shielding. It pierces through.
Desperation, just the stench of desperation all over GeekFam. And it's only been 11 minutes, yet they're resorting to this sort of strategy and this sort of gameplay. Sacrificing Luke, looking for structures, trying to set up for what appears to be a Hail Mary play. But ONIC, despite all that thrown at them, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They're confident enough to actually go this in a conventional way.
They're still respecting GeekFam and their defensive abilities though. Usually we see that ONIC, especially with an 8k gold lead, they can make plays to just dive in and just destroy teams in their own base.
That's an I'm offended onto Keyboy right now, but he still has the flicker. Goes in for the baptism, saves the flicker. Luke is still on the top side right now, looking to play, but Beloyski gets melted down before anything can happen. And there are no more W should be able to take him down. A good shutdown, but Niall now running away. A flicker forward from Sans as Niall should fall. Sans picks up a killing spree.
Pushing power. It's going to be a bit more close quarters battle.
A small loophole that I see is CW. Oh no!
What you see is Beloyski getting melted down, Eterna. ONIC aren't even using the sideways. They don't care. They'll go straight at that base turret in the mid lane, take it down, and then recall. And then now Luke has full damage right now. It's still not at that level.
Why? Because he already has DHS. He has Golden Staff as well.
Rafaela.
I think he has a Corrosion.
I think it's only one item away from having a full inventory slot. But yes, there's a lot more utility built into it. And again, it's just not the same kind of crit, the same kind of burst. With Luke gone earlier, ONIC has been able to get the bottom side base turret as well. And now, with them locked in the base like this, Luke can't find a window to actually go out.
That's an I'm offended onto Keyboy, but he still gets out. He gets a baptism as well! On the last possible pixel of that baptism, he finds Beloyski. A proactive move by Beloy, and you will not believe the outcome of it.
Man, the aggressive play from ONIC continues, and Sans has a Winter Truncheon. Fully expected to do something absolutely crazy, and now they go in!
Nothing crazy, everything just by the books. They go in for the first person they see. It's a penalty zone. That will be utilized to melt a boy down. 2 members down. Niall jumps in with a heavy spin. That's Marky with a blazing duet to the back line, but it doesn't melt anyone down. The holy healing provides enough sustain. Sans doesn't even go for the kill. He just recalls in the face of danger, in the face of the Marquee. The solution in this game has to run past his base, across, and make a big lap before Beloy now respawns in. That's a baptism not connecting. Luke, knockout strike. But one more shot should deal with him here. They're chasing for him. Luke is buying a lot of time. ONIC with a 9,000 gold lead. Now a holy healing. Luke, can he make a miracle play to defend? Sans, that's a stun, not connecting, but the burn does connect. That's a slow. Luke, still magical, as always. But magic will only get you so far. Angle from a boy. They bought enough time for the lore right now. They're crashing in, but Boots just penalty zones in. That's a Mystic Gush, getting rid of Beloyski's HP bar. Even in the front, it's gonna be Luke, the frontliner. The guy who can distract. Melted down. A killing spree for Taewen. Now it's a blazing duet, only connecting onto Kyrie, who's gonna be there, who just takes it in with a taunt, with a baptism. Marky will be taken out, and ONIC will secure another dominant game.
2-0, ladies and gentlemen, the Sky Kings, they are angry.
In the early stages of the draft.
Honestly, for me, I gotta say, Rafaela cannot go through anymore. Because throughout the game, I would say in this game, it really is about